evening, everyone. New tonight at 9, Fargo still has a police chief after a contentious city commission meeting. At tonight's meeting, city commissioners spoke about the recent drama at the Fargo Police Department. Valley News Team's Kaylee Chella reports from City Hall.
Commissioners had planned to speak about implementing a Fargo Police Department performance action plan and vote on whether to move forward. But they took resident comments first, and the first 5 were all about Fargo Police.
Less than 2 years into his tenure and on the heels of passing the Oversight Committee, we are now on the verge of ousting our last 2 out of our last 3 police chiefs.
Wes Filame was one of those that commented, and he said the toxic environment within Fargo PD is being caused by the police officers, not the chief.
The real issue is within the police department and them avoiding accountability.
Now, all of this comes after one of our investigative reports found that at least 35 police officers and staff from the Fargo Police Department had left amid a toxic work environment they say was created by Police Chief Dave Zabolski, both here in Fargo and at his last job in Wisconsin. But Filame says the timing is suspect. He's wondering why those Wisconsin officers didn't come out sooner.
You know, it's been over a year. Why weren't they saying these things at the time of him, being hired? It seems like everything's extremely coordinated in a way it's a coup attempt.
Last week, Commissioner Dave Pepcorn called for Chief Zabolski to be fired immediately. And again, at tonight's meeting, he came in guns blazing.
What we usually do with an officer now is you put him on suspension and review what's going on. And so you have him turn in his badge and his gun, and you have a thorough review. And so at the very least, that's what we should do.
But Commissioner Arlette Preston said it wasn't the commission's job to fire Zabolski.
When we call for a department head to be fired, it sends a message to the entire city staff that creates a culture of fear, insecurity, whatever. I see that as being unprofessional and actually to the point of almost negligence.
In the end, the commission did move forward with the performance action plan, which Mayor Tim Mahoney says will take 2 to 3 weeks to develop and implement. But Filame says it's not the right move.
My fear is that the way the process is set up as far as anonymous surveys and different things like that, my fear is that the process can be manipulated in a way to oust the chief or send a direct message to him, as they have, to say that basically the rank and file are the ones who are truly in control of the police department.
In Fargo, Kaylee Chella, Valley News Live.
Mayor Tim Mahoney says they'll start looking for improvements within the Fargo Police Department in 6 to 8 weeks and will reevaluate Chief Zabolski after 6 months.